All right, what's up, world? All right, my name is Jeff. My current stats is I weigh 225 pounds. My height is 6 foot 3.5 inches. All right, what my whole goal is, I would like to make a fitness channel for me to get in really good shape. My body fat percentage, for me to guess, it'd probably be about 25%. I would like to get down to like a healthy, like probably like 12% six pack. Able to do like some pull-ups with my body weight. I don't really care about body weight. I don't care, like, I'm not trying to get really huge. I just want to get in really good shape. I'm 41 years old. My whole goal is to get in the best shape of my life, and it's more of to like motivate people and just to share my experience and my knowledge to the world. And I believe that you can change at any moment. You just gotta put your foot forward and go for it. And you gotta do action. Anything in this life, you have to do action. And my whole purpose of this is for me to post this, to have the world to make me be more accountable so that I can actually get into the gym more often. But my goal right now is to be in the gym as much as possible. You know, after work, my days off would be right in the morning, right when I wake up, go to the gym just to get it done and over with. My goal would be to hit one body part, each body part like at least once a week. I know a lot of people say twice a week is like the prime, but just in my experience, I don't really like to hit it twice a week. I like to hit it once. Maybe I'll up the volume later on. So basically like a split that I'm going to start with would be, first day would be chest and triceps, just because that's the way that I like it. I do a little bit of shoulders when I do chest and triceps, so it'd be chest, triceps, and shoulders. I just don't do like a lot of shoulders, just a little bit. Then I'm gonna try to do as much cardio as I can do too. I'm a big fan of cardio. I think it's really important for us. So I really want to push the limits. My goal would be probably at least 20 minutes every single day, because I think it's good for us to move around, get the blood flowing. But I really enjoy doing like hour cardio, just because there's a lot of studies out there that says once you hit that hour mark, that's when you start burning a lot of fat. And plus it's just eventually your body is just going to get better and better. You're going to get more efficient, and it's more about heart rate. So that's kind of like the goal too. The biggest thing is, I would have to say, is I'm very inspired by people like Joe Rogan, David Goggins, Jay Cutler. Believe it or not, I really like Jay Cutler. I think he has a lot of good information. Who else is someone I like? I think his name is Rich Roll. I really like his story, because he was like a lawyer, and he ended up stopped being a lawyer, and then he got into fitness and he got into health, started eating healthier, and now he's like really doing really well. All these people inspired me, and now I just want to like take a little tidbits of everybody's workouts that they do and find it, like kind of create my own workout. And I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. I have a lot of knowledge just because I watched a lot of people that are in the fitness industry, and I got a lot of information from a lot of people. I think the biggest thing, I mean, of course, discipline and being consistent is very important. But, you might see somebody do something. You got to try it yourself. You don't know how it feels until you try it yourself. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I'm not telling you this is the exact way of doing it. I'm more of the type of person that I want to go out and I want to do it myself. And I think the more that you're in the gym, the more that you're trying, the better you're going to get at it. So it was probably like 10 years ago, I was able to do like 12 pull-ups easy. Now I'm really weak just because I'm out of shape. and I probably can do only maybe 3 pull-ups. And once again, I weigh like 225. So I'm a little heavy, but that's no excuse. I know I can do more, but I just have to be consistent, and I just gotta be on top of it. And that's my goal. My main goal for pull-ups, I would love to be able to do 20 clean pull-ups. But that's like chin over bar, more like chest to bar, and like all the way down and like a hang. So my whole goal of this channel is just really to, motivate the world, motivate people, get people moving more, and getting away from the screens, and just get outside and touch grass and just enjoy life and experience life more. I think there's more to this world than what we're stuck to. I currently work at a job that's like a 9 to 5, and it's more than a 9 to 5. It's almost 55 hours to 60 hours a week, and I don't have no say, and they do whatever they want with me, and I feel like a cog in the wheel and in the machine, and I don't want that life anymore. I want to share my experience to the world and see what happens. So my whole goal is go to the gym, and I'm gonna share what I did, at the gym with you guys, and go from there. And basically today, I'm getting back in the gym. I've been back in the gym now for only a week. I think the main thing is to go nice and easy and slow, but you definitely want to push it. But as you get better and better, you'll realize that you got gears, and you're gonna get better. And like, I already know that. I already experienced that part where you get better and your body starts to adapt and you get stronger. But I don't really care about like being super strong. I want to be stronger, but I'm not gonna do like real heavy weight. My rep range right now, I'm gonna stick with 12 to 15 reps. I was doing I was messing around with like 5x5s just to get stronger. But I noticed that like my shoulders were hurting a little bit more, and my elbows were hurting a little bit more. And I think 12 to 15 is like a sweet spot for me. But I'm not promising that's where I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna mess around with the whole rep range, and just that's part of the whole process. That's the whole process that I want to do myself. I want to try out myself and see what happens. And I just want to share this experience with everybody in the world. And hopefully I can motivate somebody, and you can watch this when you're doing cardio, and that's what I do. I love watching other people's videos, just to pass the time of doing cardio. I really want to be a big cardio guy. My whole goal with the cardio is to try to get up to, I don't know exactly. I don't know if I would want to do an hour every single day. And the type of cardio I like is the upright bike, and the elliptical I like. Any elliptical I'm a fan of because it's easy on the joints. And there's an elliptical that I use at Planet Fitness, and you're able to adjust the incline on it. And I really like that one too, but you just got to make sure that you adjust the incline and you adjust the intensity to the right amount that you need. And for that, it's more of like, you want to get your heart rate to a certain amount and try to keep it there. And so today I actually did 30 minutes on the elliptical and 30 minutes on the upright bike. I do prefer the bike, I think, just because it's a little bit more comfortable, and plus like I'm still out of shape. But once I get back into shape, I'm gonna go back and forth with them. I think the biggest thing for cardio is you just gotta mess around with all the cardio things and see what you like. I'm not saying anything is better than the other. If you like running and you're able to get outside and run, 5 days a week, or, try to get the cardio like as much as possible, then do it. There's many different things you can do. I was doing sprints before, and I looked into it, and I just don't like that style. I mean, I do like doing sprints because I like, the high intensity and everything. But I prefer doing an hour cardio. There's something about an hour cardio that I just feel better. But if you're able to do it, outside, go for it. The biggest thing for me is I want to try to do it as much as possible, where if I go outside and run, from the pounding and everything, it's just too much. So, and I used to have a bike and I would ride it a lot outside, but someone stole it. So, and that's something that I would like to get, back again. It's to get a mountain bike, because that's something that I really enjoyed. But the biggest thing is like the stepper. I don't really like the stepper because my feet are too big for the step, and it's just uncomfortable. So that's like something that I just don't like. And I tried many different things. Another good thing is, if you don't want to do if you can go back and forth with the incline elliptical, that one's really good. I really like the way that it feels. It has a good range of motion and everything. You can do the treadmill with an incline on the treadmill, but make sure that you put the treadmill in the incline. And but the whole purpose of this is to go nice and slow. You are going to want to get to a point where you're going to want to push it, but in the beginning you want to go slow. You want to really ease into it, because you don't want to burn yourself out, and plus you don't want to hurt yourself. But the body's amazing. Like the body, that's what I really like about working out. I'm a fan of it because if you treat it the right way, and if you just go for it like nice and easy, but then eventually you start pushing it more and more, like you wanna like, another person I follow is Greg Doucette, and I love his saying is train harder than last time. I do agree with that. Not in the beginning, like maybe in the first month, you just want to ease into it, because you want your body to catch up. You don't want to like go too fast and then you get hurt. But I don't care about weight. I don't care about all that. I care about looks. I want a six-pack. I want all my muscles to be nice and defined, and I want good energy. The biggest thing for me mentally, when I actually make it to the gym, and I just feel better, instead of like coming home after work and being all tired and I can't make it and I just lay down and fall asleep. The next day I just feel like guilty. I don't feel that way when I go to the gym. I just feel so much better if I just come home from work and go straight to the gym and do what I got to do. But yeah, so right now I don't know. I might go back and forth. Sometimes I go back and forth with one day I'll do like a workout, and then the next day I might just do cardio, and then take the day off. Like, I want to do cardio and working out in the same day, but I get a little crazy sometimes, and I just want to like make sure that I hit my cardio that I'm trying to do. So right now, if I feel good and if I have time, I'll do my workout first, and then I'll do a cardio after. And I do at least 30 minutes to an hour. And like I said before, I really enjoy doing an hour. But so right now I'm doing I do chest and triceps first. Then I'll assess the next day. If I feel good, I'll do legs, and then a little bit of shoulders with legs too. And then after that, the next day would be either take a day off, or if I feel good, then I'll do back and biceps. And then that's it. I do back and biceps together, and then I'll take 2 days off and then go back into it. But like I said, that's not something that I'm gonna stick to 100%. It's just something that for some reason I really like that scheduling that way. And then my goal is to try to do at least 5 days a week of cardio, anywhere from 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes to an hour. But eventually I would like to get up to 20 minutes every single day, at least 20 minutes every day, just to get the heart going and the blood flowing. Maybe even bump it up to 30 minutes, just because that's like a good number. But ultimately, if I'm able to do it, and if I feel good and I feel rested and all that, I wouldn't mind doing like an hour of cardio like every single day. Because there's a lot of good science out there, and I think it's really important to do cardio. And a lot of people that are into like fitness and like building muscle, they're not really into cardio, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think it's good to get into cardio. I know Jay Cutler is somebody that's into cardio. David Goggins, obviously he's into cardio, and I think there's something to it. I think it's very important for us to get that blood flowing and moving, and all that blood just pumping through your body. But so basically, this is day one for me. You know, I'll share more as we go into it. And basically what I'm gonna do is just, you know, right after my workout, I'm just gonna come on here and share with everybody, you know, what I did that day, how I felt, and if I took a rest day or not, and then go from there. The biggest thing is I just want to try to motivate as much people as possible and say that, you know, you can do it. Anyone that is listening to this can do it. You know, you just gotta go in there and do it. You just gotta do something. It's something that Joe Rogan says all the time, is that once you get the ball rolling, it's like that momentum. You just gotta get that momentum. Like once you get that momentum going and the whole scheduling and all that, it gets easier. It's hard in the moment, but I think it's good for you. I think there's something about it that's really good for us. It's better than going home and just staring at TV all day and just wasting time. You know, you're not wasting time because you're actually doing something for yourself. So like I said, you know, I'm inspired by a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I just want this to I want to take the inspiration that I'm getting from all the people that I just talked about, even Jocko. You know, Jocko is somebody that I really like. You know, he says discipline equals freedom. And it's so true. You know, I mean, if you're disciplined just in your life in general and the little things that you got to do, then that opens up the opportunity to have freedom to do things, you know, to do whatever you want to do after that. And I think, you know, that's another thing, discipline in fitness. You know, as you age, you're gonna feel better and you're just gonna look better. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, I like, you know, having more muscle. You know, I think people that have more muscle, they look better. And I know that might be a vain thing, but it's true. And I'm a fan of it. And let's see what happens. But thank you, everybody. If you could like, subscribe, and share, and just follow me on this journey. All right, I'm out.